We will get started with Jake Rowe. Do you have a question?
Yeah, Ben. Just I wanted to ask you about the offensive line, and obviously you guys lost a ton of different pieces and everything. But when it comes to your expectations for the offensive line and what you've seen, is it kind of a long way to go thing? Are you pleasantly surprised about where you're at? How do you feel about where you guys have kind of developed into at this point?
I'm definitely very, pleasantly surprised as to where we've ended up so far. It was kind of difficult not having a spring ball, stuff like that. So, it really put a lot of, stress on all of us to kind of learn this new offense and pick up on everything, in a lot shorter amount of time than what we would normally have. But, I think our guys have handled it extremely well, and we've been progressing every single day. So, I think we're way ahead where most people think we should be right now.
Mark Weiser.
Hey, Ben, how's it going? Want to ask you, this, I guess, is your fifth preseason, fifth season at Georgia. What do you make of your time here and getting ready now for your last season? How do you look back on it?
Good question. I kind of, parts of me, sometimes wish I would have taken school a little bit more serious and stuff like that. Because, obviously it has taken me so long to get a degree. So, I should have had that a couple years ago. But, the relationships and stuff that have been built, they'll never be able to be replaced, just with these guys from here and stuff like that. I appreciate all these coaches here and everything they've done, for the last 5 years. So, it's really just, a lot of good relationships have been made over these last few years. And, I'm sure they'll continue to carry on, after this next year's over.
Seth Emerson.
Hey, Ben. Obviously, you don't want to reveal any state secrets with the offense, but how we've heard about Georgia as running back, we're going to run the ball, be a physical team. Coach Monken comes in with a reputation for opening up. Is it kind of trying to marry both concepts at this point that, you can pass more but still run the ball?
I think it's always a happy balance. You've got to be able to run the ball to throw the ball, and you've got to be able to throw the ball to run the ball. That's kind of been our philosophy, since I've been here. Do what we can in the run game, throw it when we need to, and, run it when we need to and all that. I feel like that's served us to be pretty well over the last few years. So, I definitely think there's a happy medium and a good balance that comes among that. So, I think we're doing everything we can to kind of balance that out and give us the best options.
Mike Griffith.
Hey, Ben, good to see you, man. I guess just to follow up on Mark's question, being a fifth-year guy, a lot of your buddies are gone, a lot of guys that, we saw you hanging with, guys you came in with. Who are some of the younger personalities? Obviously, you and Andrew had your act last year. It was pretty funny. Who do you find yourself hanging out with, and who are some of these younger personalities that we're going to get to know over the next few years?
It's been kind of tough, hanging out with all the COVID stuff going on, getting to develop that good relationship, outside of football. Because, it's tough to, get 30 guys together at somebody's house or something like that. So, it's been kind of tough. Really and truly, it's been just kind of working our way around everybody and kind of, on the field whenever we all have that chance to be around one another, in kind of the same area and, kind of try to develop relationships like that. I know it's not the best situation to be in or anything of that nature, but, we kind of got to do what we can, because, at the end of the day, these guys are family. So, we've got to do what we can just to, make them feel like family, even though they have only been here for a few months.
Anthony Dasher, go ahead.
Hey, Ben. I'll be that guy and ask, what can you say about missing the Sugar Bowl, and kind of what did you learn from that situation?
As I said earlier, one of the things I look back on was wishing I would have taken academics a little bit more serious. And, that holds true throughout that. And it's definitely not a situation that I want to put myself in again. So, I buckled down in the classroom past 18 hours in the spring and then past 12 hours this fall. So, it was one of those kind of hard learned lessons that, I had to be learned that, I got to get it together and everything of that nature to make sure that don't happen again.
Thanks, buddy.
Chip Towers, go ahead.
Cummings. Sorry, I was offline there for a second. Ben, good to see you. You alluded to this a little bit. You said you wish you'd taken academics a little bit more serious. I know we missed you out at the bowl game. Was that related just so where you could concentrate on your academics and skip that trip? Or
No, that was, I think my dad kind of shot that one and kind of let the whole wide world know that I was academically ineligible for that. I still haven't heard the end of that one, coaches and everybody, but, it definitely obviously wasn't a decision that I made on my own, to skip out on my team like that. So, yes.
David Pascal.
Ben, most of your time here, Jake Fromm was the guy and took you to 3 straight SEC title games. But is there kind of an excitement with the newness of all this and a quarterback freshness to it? Nothing that Jake did wrong, obviously, but just kind of an excitement with something new.
I think there's always an excitement whenever you've got competition, going on like we've got. You get to see, different guys come in every day and rep with the 1s and the 2s and 3s. So, it creates, a good vibe on the team and, just kind of lets everybody see how well they work with, different groups of people here and there. So I think it's definitely fun seeing that competitive edge just from kind of, rolling guys around.
Dean Legge, go ahead.
Ben, being that you were around 2016, I know you didn't play on that team, you redshirted. Do you remember the quarterback back and forth back then? And how is this different now?
That's really a tough question to answer because, my redshirt year, I spent a lot of time on the scout team. I really wasn't around those guys that were getting the game reps and stuff like that. So it was very hard for me to, pay attention because when they were in, their meetings, I was in the scout team meetings and stuff like that. So, it's kind of hard for me to get a good judge and a good answer on that just because I wasn't really around it as much.
Griffin Callahan.
Yeah, hey Ben, with the season getting close to starting, what are you seeing in terms of the guys having set positions or shuffling around the line? Are guys starting to find their spot on the line now?
I definitely think it's still early, and we're still putting stuff in the playbook, trying to perfect what we've got to do. I don't think there's really anything set in stone yet. There's still good competition going around at all levels of the depth chart at all positions. We got guys working from left to right, from 1s to 2s. So, I feel like that's going to continue up to game week. And right now it's really just about going out here and seeing who wants to compete and, who really wants to fight for that starting job.
Jed May, go ahead.
Hey, Ben, I wanted to ask you, you guys have got some running backs that have got some different skill sets in the backfield. What is it like blocking for guys that, bring something different to the table? And is there a different mindset as a lineman when you're blocking for, Zamir White as opposed to James Cook?
Half the time we really don't even know, which running back's in because, we're up there at the line trying to figure out the defensive fronts and, they're making substitutions, bringing different guys in. So, it doesn't change our mindset, doesn't change – what we want to accomplish and what we want to get done. But, it is nice because, we can see it in film, running backs following blocks and hitting holes and cutting and doing what they're supposed to be doing. So, whenever we got good running backs with good eyes, it makes our life easy.
All right, we got time for one more question.
Ben, it's Chip. Just wondering, Owen Condon has gotten a lot of compliments from Coach Smart and playing a lot over on that right side, which you play on it. That's a couple of massive dudes right there next to each other. What have been your views of him and working in tandem with that right tackle?
It's been good. Owen is an extremely smart player, good physical player. So it's been good because there's some things I don't know. There's some things he don't know. So we kind of mesh well. So we're able to have that good relationship where you kind of pick me up, I pick you up. Things like that. So, he's definitely been holding his own over there on that right tackle spot. And, he's been making some good improvements. So, I hope to see good things out of him.
All right. Thank you very much, Ben.
Thank you.